Hey there, welcome back to No Pants Profits. Now, we've done a couple interviews before with Rene, and we started talking to Rene when he just had an idea. He had a little spark of, connecting the metaverse and the real world and went through a whole bunch of ideas. And, we've done 2 videos with him so far. Definitely check out those 2 videos. They'll be posted up there in the corner. But one of the things we've kept asking about is, when are you going to have what's called an MVP, or a minimum viable product, which is when you take the idea that's in your head as far as software is concerned and make it into real life. Like David at the dentist, he goes, "Is this real life?" So the real thing is, I've been bothering him, he's been bothering me, and he finally came back and said, I have an MVP, or a minimum viable product, because I didn't really get this until now, and I'm starting to get it a little more. So I want to help you, the viewer of this channel, and if you might have just googled VerseXR, get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go live to Rene in the metaverse. Now I want to let you know, this is not being done via Zoom. This is not being done via any third-party platform. This is being done directly on VerseXR.io's website, and that is very, very important. Now, I am going to put myself into the bottom right-hand corner because we do have a couple jumps of delays. It's actually a little bit smoother if you're watching it directly, but to get this stream going right now on this beta product, we've got some delays. But let's jump to Rene in the metaverse. So, Rene, how you doing in the metaverse there?
Hi, thanks. Hi, nice to see you, Richard. I'm just chilling out in my penthouse in Vegas. It's very nice. I don't know why I bought this place, but uh, but yeah, thanks for having me here.
So you are right now wearing you're wearing the Facebook Oculus Quest 2, which I hate to say, I bought one, but I'm showing everybody, mine's still sealed in the box. I may have to take it out of the box and play with this, because the return policy went up like 7 months ago, but I got the fully kitted out with everything and the extra battery and all that. So you're gonna make me open up my Oculus to play with this.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll have to hang out sometime.
We will hang
Show
out
me
in the
what it's
Oculus
like
world.
to train with a knight.
But so the important thing is, right now we are inside any web browser, on a phone, on a tablet, on anything like that, and I don't have to be in the metaverse. So you could see me in the metaverse, and I could see you in the metaverse. And the idea is that I don't have to physically be there, and I can do this again from any device. So this is not connecting to a third-party service. You don't even you need a username and password as of right now for this website, but maybe in the future to be a participant, you may not need one. In the scheme of things, we're just talking theory right now, but that's how this is working. So what I want to do is I want to show people just how easy it is to get into this. So we're gonna leave Rene for about 15 seconds and then come back. So we're just going to demo.versexr. Rene's waving by. We're just going to demo.versexr.io. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. They're still working a little bit on window scaling and stuff like that, but you'll see that I am logged in, and if I want to, I can just go into a meeting room. Now, right now, there's only a single meeting room, so I just hit join. It'll say it wants to have access to my camera, and it wants to have access to my microphone. No software or anything to install. I've lost myself. There we go. There I am. Let me try that one more time. No software or anything to install. I think I clicked out of that myself. And should be in the meeting. And if I want to start my video, I got my video, and Rene, we should be back in here with you now.
Hey, I'm back. Or you're back.
And he's
Welcome.
back. So I wanted to show everybody how easy it was to get into this. You don't need any crazy app or anything like that. I've just got it running on a MacBook Air right to the side of my Mac Studio. So we've got it right now, and we can talk. So let's go ahead. I think a lot of people have seen the minimum viable product, but go ahead and show me something. We were joking, and I think it's fun. We like joke in the tech community. We were saying that you can show things on Facebook that are Rene wanted to show a virtual range of things that go pew pew, and I said, Rene, you can't do that because YouTube and Facebook don't like the things that go pew pew. So we see you here. Do you have something cool in VR you can kind of show people that are kind of new to VR? That's I'm asking something a little bit different than just looking at you here, because you're not going to show me that. But I don't want to see no pew pew. I know you're at McDonald's. I thought you were going to show how a lot of these crypto bros are going to be working at McDonald's. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see.
Yeah, sure. Let me just find a place real quick. I don't come into these places a lot, but let's find a spot.
So we're just teleporting to a different location. This is almost like kind of like a Zoom background, right? I mean, essentially, it's downloading right now.
Well, it's
Uh,
more like if you fly to San Francisco, you got to walk around San Francisco. It's a little bit different than having a background because like I actually get to live and explore and hang out in these cool worlds that I'm in my avatar that you saw.
so this is what is this world that's initializing right now? Now the cool thing is I'm not in VR. I don't got the goggles on. Renee's got the goggles on his face. We're gonna get him to take his goggles off in a minute so we can talk in the real world. But he's opening up some kind of airplane app. Oh, and he's
Yes,
still a
sir.
knight. Is that the San Francisco
That's
airport
right.
or what is that?
Oh, this is I don't actually know which one this one is.
Wait, you can get in
Oh
the
God.
cockpit?
Yep, you
You know
can.
what this is harkening back to. I'm gonna tell you, Renee. This reminds me of
Yeah,
something.
baby, let's go.
Oh wait, he's
Oh
actually flying the
shit.
airplane. He's flying the
That's
airplane.
right. Woo!
So
Where else can you do this? Tell me.
I mean, I want to harken
I'm
back to 15 or 20 years ago because I think it's kind of interesting, and I'm seeing this live. We've not even talked about this before, but you remember when? Did you ever have like a grandparent that you gave a digital picture frame to? You know,
uh
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
what this really seems like right now, and this is just me looking at this, and we're gonna jump into a video in a minute, but this, something just clicked, and this might be able to help you with your pitch. Literally, I'm saying this to Renee right now, and this could be the best selling tactic they've ever had. I don't know, I'm not a sales guy, but this just harken back. You remember when before grandma had a digital camera, and before grandma had a computer, you could give her a little picture frame that would let her see the digital pictures of her grandkids as they grew up?
Yes.
This is like the VR equivalent of that for people who are not ready. You understand what I'm saying? Like, grandma didn't need a whole computer back in the day. She just needed a little picture frame that would show her pictures of little Becky or little Richard or little Renee or things like that. What the idea that you've built is you've built a way for normal people to be able to see things like this and interact with them with a tour guide. Interact and see these things live is really what you've built here, correct? That's
Oh, absolutely. And it's
but
great for coaching on pro gaming.
coaching on pro gaming and even like more and more like I went to let's go ahead. We've seen the airplane enough. Let's see. I'm gonna let Renee. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go full screen for a minute. I'm gonna let Renee. We're still gonna
All
stay
right.
on his platform. I'm gonna let him jump out, and I'll bring this. But yeah, this is really so.
Yeah.
Renee, when I see you back on the screen, I'll jump back over to you. But this is
All
really
right.
harkened
All
to
right.
connecting the metaverse world, the people who are always in their glasses. And like I said, there was an article that came out earlier today. Today's the 19th of April, or was it the 18th of April? There's an article that came out earlier today saying, that Apple is finally going to announce their glasses. And yes, Facebook's had these glasses even before Facebook. Did you ever have a, you can hear me still, Renee, right? Did you ever have
Yeah, yeah,
a,
yeah. I just
did
switched
you ever
on
have,
my video.
did you ever have Google Glass? Did you ever have,
No, I got something way better called in real glasses.
Yeah, no. But back in the day, you got to be what was called a glass hole. But let's go ahead. So I've got Renee here. Now we are still in the VerseXR site. So that's the logic. Now Renee can see me, correct, and I can see him. I just for simplicity's sake, I've put me in the bottom right hand corner. For simplicity's sake. But let's kind of talk about what's happened since the
Ah,
last time we talked. So you've got your MVP, but the last time we talked, it was about a month ago. So what's going on in the last month? We wanted to show everybody the MVP, and I think that's the first time showing off the MVP. But
yeah, it is. It's the first one on camera, at least. We've only shown it off one other time at a, small AI event here in San Francisco. I had a couple hundred people there. But yeah, so in the last month, we didn't have our prototype ready. We just had our website, some things bare bone. But we were able to go and finish it in the last month, and we are now at the point where we're reaching out to companies and investors because like the thing is we finally are able to accomplish and show off like what we're doing, and we believe it's like really important. But we've just been on complete go mode. Nothing else, nothing significant has happened outside of just a full grind on pushing out our product, on getting this in front of investors and stuff. We've just been on full grind. So nothing crazy technologically happened besides we just made it work.
Okay, cool. I mean, you made it work. That's really the goal there. So I mean, it's working right now. The goal is that you're gonna have an API that plugs into different metaverses, correct? That's where your goal is.
Yes,
But
that
you
is
will
correct.
run, but you will run just as we are right now. You will be running this on your own servers.
Yes, that is correct. We will be running it on our own servers.
Or yeah, more days you don't have physical servers, you rent them from Azure or someone like that, but you'll be running it on your own servers.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
won't be
yeah.
running it won't be running on the cloud servers itself. Now I want to ask you a question that full disclosure, and I'll tell you, I'm still not there yet. Renee asked me as a qualified
Sure.
investor, what I thought about that and everything like that. And one of the things I brought up is, well, why wouldn't these metaverses just do this themselves? And I think that's a question that Rene had a good answer to. So I'm going to let him answer that because I think that's a question a lot of people would ask.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so for right now, anybody really, anybody with a lot of money could definitely go and build out what I did, because what we're doing is not exactly too secret up front, or just that, at looking at it. We're building on WebRTC. We're building on stuff infrastructure that's already been around for quite a while and is being used on quite a few things. Now, Rene, it doesn't make sense. Like, why do you see this being like, such a giant opportunity? And we are seeing it as a, oh no, I lost my train of thought. I hate doing this.
You lost your train of thought.
Richard.
Why do you see it as such a giant opportunity? We are seeing it as a. We're talking about. Is how? Why do you see it such a giant opportunity, and the businesses wouldn't do it themselves? That's what we're talking.
Oh yeah, you need deal flow. Sorry, I hate when that happens to me. You
Guilfoyle,
need deal
Kimberly
flow
Guilfoyle,
because
Gavin Newsom's ex-wife, and now Don Jr.'s wife. I'm so confused.
So what I mean by this is that any company can build these things out, because we are just using regular common core components that has been around for a long time. But the thing is, if you are building this out the way we're wanting to for our future components, we're making it to where you have to actually have a deal in place. You have to make it to where on the back end, if I'm in Roblox and I'm wanting to go and video chat my friend that's in RuneScape, I don't need to go and figure out, where they're at. And the only way that they're gonna go and let me be in both RuneScape and Roblox is by deal flow. So I can create this thing that we did, and we can go and show what's happening in our current world. Great, awesome. But we actually do need deal flow to go and successfully begin step one of the integration of the metaverse.
Yeah, because I mean, for example, I'll tell you what's interesting, and you even said this when we started talking before we started shooting this video. We had some fun technical hurdles getting this all done, but you said, hey, I sent you a Zoom link, and you said, in the future you just log into your VerseXR and you put in a room, and you wouldn't need a link or anything like that. And the idea is it would find you. Your goal is to find people wherever they might happen to be on the metaverse, kind of like the video chat air tags of the metaverse, per se.
Yes. And the good thing is it has the same security features, and this might be a little bit weird sounding at first, but it's the same security features also as blockchain does with DeFi. Let me give you an example of why I said it like that.
Yes, I do want to
So
know that.
in
I do want to know that.
So, whenever you talk about DeFi, you talk about a lot of things. One, being able to be doxxed and being able to figure out who you are, and people will know what happens, and you can't really escape it. But then you also have the flip side where people want to be completely anonymous, where people
Right.
don't know or can't trace anything. And one of our cool features about our product is that we directly solve this issue further, and this can help a lot against scam artists. Let me give you an example. Richard, I know that you run No Pants Profit. If
Yep.
you go and send me your profile friend code or whatever, and
Yep.
I go and connect to it, it's going to show that you're connected to a bunch of no profit things, like I would expect, like the ones
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
already
yeah.
know.
No,
Cool, I
like
expect that.
scammers have done that. Like people that I've busted their scams. I'm not a scammer, but they've taken my no pants profits trademark and figured out my real name. You know.
Yeah, but the cool part is they have to do it for as many platforms as you have connected. So if they have just one of them that's just like uh random job at gmail.com, that doesn't say no pants profit on any of the accounts. If
Right.
anything looks weird on any of it, it really helps you have to basically dedicate several accounts just to one name. And you have to go and also do way more than just the average. Like you can't just set a bot to go and auto populate random names and start doing that, because the second anybody sees that, even if they send you the friend code and are impersonating you and using even AI to go and say your voice, the second you put in that friend code, you're going to immediately be able to tell where were you connected to. And if it doesn't show any of your connections that you're known for, you're going to leave.
So it's kind of like that one.
On the flip side too,
There was like a chat bot back in the day that tied all the chat bots together. Trillium. You remember Trillium?
yeah,
So
yeah, I do.
it's kind of trying to be like a Trillium per se. For security side, because you would be authenticated as those usernames in those different metaverses on a Trillium, so VerseXR becomes that Trillium of sorts. Am I correct in that crazy
Correct.
assumption?
And on the flip side, you also have complete anonymity, because let's say you go and say like, hey, Rene, I don't want to go and have this connected to my Facebook or anything, but what I do want to do is create a fake MetaMask account, not included to anything. I'm going to use this
You mean
fake MetaMask
Metaverse?
account to log in.
Metaverse or MetaMask?
MetaMask.
Oh, we're talking
MetaMask.
crypto. We're talking crypto. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying a wallet. Just replace MetaMask with any encrypted thing that you can just get real quick, almost like a phone number. The important part
Any
about this is it's
blockchain
your key.
address.
Well, it's your key.
Right.
Normally you would, so we use Facebook, we use LinkedIn, we use a lot of things that we're already going to get logged into stuff. Those are our docs features. But what about when we want to be anonymous? Typically we would get something like a throwaway email. I use a throwaway MetaMask in this case because it's the same concept. It's a
Yeah.
key that you can just go and use to log into.
Right. That's on the Web3
So
side. It's
let's
a key that you log in with that wallet, essentially.
Yeah, you could replace it with like an email, like a email from Gmail that you don't want anybody to know that it's yours.
Right.
The idea though is that you can take that, log in with it, you pay your, $10 a month or whatever to go and keep your subscription in, and then all of a sudden, if I go and say like, hey Richard, this is my secret account that I'm going to be reaching out to you from, you already know that it's the secret account, and no one else would ever know it whenever you get rid of it.
Right.
So you have
It's like a
both
burner. It's
sides.
like a burner. It's almost like a
Whatever
burner.
you want to call it.
So I guess the question is, so you have your MVP. Where do you go from here? What's the next step? When we do another call, in June,
Yeah.
where are we going to be in June? Like in your I'm not saying you to say any secrets or anything like that. I'm just trying to know, where are we going to be come June? What's our next conversation going to be come late June? Because we have these conversations like every 2 months or so.
Hopefully we'll be
Acquired
integrated
by
into
Facebook. No.
we are looking to have our product integrated with a metaverse, and we'll see which one it is.
Yeah, I know. You got a couple what do they call that? Buns in the oven? No, you don't have a couple buns in the oven. No, you're not a father. You got a couple irons in the fire. Couple irons in the fire, kind of with different brands, because the brands are branding
Yeah.
irons. So you got a couple
Yeah.
irons in the fire. But what is that going to require? If a metaverse is watching this, it requires access to their APIs. Just talk broadly what your integration steps
Sure.
are from this point. I think that's an interesting thing to talk about.
Sure. So right now we are developing our SDK to be deployed into programs like Unity and Unreal. We're also looking for private metaverses that we can go and work with to go and deploy what we currently have in the back end to help make this start. Right now, because we haven't deployed technically with any other metaverse, we don't really know too much further, but we do know that there is some that are interested in taking this further, and we're very excited.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess the idea is now you have a minimum viable product to shop around. We showed the whole journey. We showed your original. The first video kind of showed your original idea. The second video showed your pivot, and now we're at the minimum viable product phase. And I think that's kind of interesting to show that journey there. And I do want to say on the video, it's a little bit. I want to show people. I'm going to show something on my screen real quick. Renee, you just talk. I want to show people how smooth this is on my laptop that I'm doing it with. We just had a little fun technical issue. Just go ahead and talk out loud because I want them to see this very smooth.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and talk. Yeah, no, it's very interesting seeing how we went from when I first came onto this. Like I didn't really I had an idea, but I didn't have it very concrete. Then it started getting more clear, and now we're at the point where we have a prototype. I'm sure by next time we get done chatting, I'll probably
we'll probably have a metaverse. You'll probably have a metaverse
we'll
at least.
Probably have something.
You'll have something different because there's no need for us to chat until now. I'm kidding. Me and Rene chat on and off on Facebook Messenger stuff. We've never met in reality. We just met through some mutual friends, and I said, hey, let's chat about VerseXR. And I have a channel that's primarily a travel channel nowadays, but it didn't start like that. It started as an investment channel, but I don't want to be a founder nowadays out in the world where you got to borrow money at 7% instead of money being free. A year and a half ago, money was free. I mean that, interest rates, because that's the hard thing is you're out right now, and that's the truth. We're not going to talk about any specific investments, but you're out in the world that, money now costs 7% for, a startup. And it's a lot harder to raise money at 7%. 7% is the baseline rate. I'm saying, they're usually 10, 12% is that money's costing to borrow that. So I mean, it's a tough life. It's a tough grind. But I think that now that you have that minimum viable product, that's really going to help you kind of get in some doors a little bit more than you've been in before. And I think that's the goal.
Oh, it's already happening. I'll tell you this week has been absolutely insane. We're already talking with people over at General Catalyst. We're talking with some other VC funds now because of this great week that we have, and now we're demoing it live to investors, and it's going really well so far. So we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks.
So that was our third update. I'll have Rene say bye, and then actually we'll say bye together, but I got to do the outro. But that just gives you an idea of hold on, I introed this, and I don't know if I got this right. Multiple metaverses or metaversi? Is that correct? I mean, is there like a Spider-Man thing? Like, I don't know.
Oh man, I'm the worst person with spelling and grammar. I be spelling theirs all of theirs.
Oh, THEIR, THERE, every there.
Well, all the contexts that aren't supposed to be there.
Well, it's probably not metaverses. It's probably metaversi, but Rene trying to connect multiple metaversi to both themselves as well as, like I said, I literally have one across the room, but I'm not wearing pants as is normal in my videos, so I'm not going to go get it. But it's kind of I'm on brand all the time. It's kind of like one of those digital picture frames that you used to give to grandma, because one of the other main things, other than just connecting two metaverses together, is if you have a company. I mean, let's say Pepsi. Pepsi's or McDonald's, one of them's in the metaverse. Their CEO is not going to put on virtual VR goggles every day and do those things from the metaverse, but they might need to interact with our suppliers and stuff like that. And this could be a great intermediate bridge to having those interactions, per se. I think is where I'm starting to see some of what's going on there. You agree?
Oh, I see much more than that, but yes, that's definitely one of the starting points. There's a lot of B2B possibility with this.
Yeah, so hopefully we can talk about how that's developed a little bit further on the next time. This is Richard from No Pants Profits, and Rene from, I'll let you outro yourself.
Yeah, I'm Rene, the CEO of VerseXR, and thank you for having me.
All right, and remember, I think Rene knows this too. If you wear no pants, there's only one thing you got left to lose, and I think we know what that is. It's your shirt. Have a great one. Bye!